The Living Lands takes place in the same world as the Pillars of Eternity games, and if you've ever played the Pillars of Eternity games, you will know just how dark and gritty this world can be. And here, in the Living Lands, it is equally, if not more dark and gritty. Today, we're going to look at 3 horrific ends to 3 NPCs that you could find early in the game. The first NPC you could find quite early in the game. As soon as you start exploring the Fractured Shore, going left on this area, you will come across a Zarup camp. Once you defeat the Zarup camp, you can go through this bridge and go down towards the shore. Here, you will come across a boat and a letter next to a skeleton. The letter says the following: "It's quite sad how this person died, especially considering that they only had 2 choices and they chose the most painful ending." Now that I think about it, a lot of people in the Living Lands chooses this ending. But regardless, here's what the letter says. "I made it to Dawnshore only to find the old landing point is infested with Zarnips. These little monsters would surely attack me on sight, and the boat is too damaged to sail elsewhere. Supplies are low. I can't take on that many Zarnips on my own. I'd rather face a slow, hungry death than a violent one at the end of those lizard spears. If this is the last thing I write, whoever is reading this, please remember me. Being forgotten terrifies me far more than death ever could. Lucy." You will be remembered, my friend. The second one is a little bit more sad, if not the worst, of the 3 deaths that we will see today. This one could be found on the main road towards the forest next to the city. It is close by the West Wall Beacon, and here you will find the remains of a Zarup camp and a little shack. Inside the shack, you will find a dead man next to a blunderbuss and a suicide note. This is what that suicide note says. "I'm sorry I wasn't able to find us a new home, kiddo. Uncle is going to care for you now. Never lost a fight, and not starting now. Fuck Zarups." As we could see, the world of the Living Lands is one hell of a place to live at. The last one is located across the river where we found the suicide note of the man that we just saw. I'm not going to talk too much about the location, just because it's part of a side quest / bounty. But I will say that after exploring the spider cave and going down towards a tunnel, you will find a skeleton. And once again, you will find a backpack and a note. Now, the note is a little bit long, but basically, he says how he found a haven between all of the spiders, between all of the death around him, only to discover that he was trapped. And once again, like the first person that we saw, he decided on starvation as his way out of this world. He tried to escape, but found that all of the cave was just surrounded by spiders. There was no way out. He was stuck in there. And this note shows us just how dark the Living Lands could actually be. 3 people met their end so soon because this island is unforgiving. If you guys liked the video, remember to leave a like and subscribe. I will drop more lore and more gruesome deaths in this game if I could find them.